Today, we're bringing you the top 5 AI news this week, from new Chinese AI video model to Elon lowballing OpenAI with a $67 billion offer.
Yeah, I don't know why Elon didn't bid 69.420 billion.
Yeah, let's get into it. So Elon just offered to buy OpenAI for $97.4 billion. We'll go through everything you need to know, from who Elon is investing with, what Sam Altman responded, and the non-profit and profit arm of OpenAI and what that is all about. So let's get into it. The first thing that happened was that Elon offered to buy the non-profit arm of OpenAI. And if you don't know, there's a profit arm and a non-profit arm, and that's really one of the biggest issues that Elon has with OpenAI in general. You can see here that the backers includes heavyweights like Valar Equity Partners, Hollywood mogul Ari Emanuel, and Palantir co-founder Joe Lonsdale venture firm 8VC. Probably slaughtered some of those names. And if you don't know, obviously, OpenAI has a lot of investments going on right now, from Stargate, which was their $500 billion investment, with big players like SoftBank from Japan that is heavily investing into them. And yeah, everyone is trying to get OpenAI on board. Now, what Elon said and what happened was that Sam Altman said, "No, thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." So that's obviously a little bit of a sly from Sam here. Elon bought Twitter for $40 billion, and $9.7 billion is quite a lowball offer back to Elon. The one thing that you have to note here is that they have been valued at $1.4 billion, and seeing that Elon is lowballing them with an offer that is so low, so say here. So we have a video of Sam actually saying this to a reporter. "I'll happily buy Twitter from him." So let's take a look at this right now.
The company is not for sale, neither is the mission. We're happy to buy Twitter if you want to talk about that.
Sam,
we're happy to buy Twitter.
Yeah? Sam, how can we trust your models are safe? Not much talk about safety here at the summit. How can you reassure people your models are safe?
Model safety track record. I mean, I think you have to look at what we've done. This summit obviously is not as focused on safety. The previous ones have been, but it's an integral part of everything we do at the work.
We call you a scam.
And do you think
Altman? Did you see it?
This calls a lot of people a lot of names. This is not a serious person.
Can you afford your own company now, though? It does raise that question. Can you afford to buy OpenAI off the non-profit now?
The board will decide what to do there. Like, the nonprofit will continue as a very, very strong thing. The mission is really important, and we're just, we're totally focused on making sure we preserve that.
And how worried are you about China?
What, are we worried about China? We'd like to work with China. I think.
Do you think your government would let you do that?
Do I know that for sure? No. Should we try as hard as we can? Absolutely, yes. I mean, I think that's really important.
And is that important for safety and for trust?
How much is OpenAI? What?
Yeah. If it's not $100 billion, how much is it?
It's not for sale.
What do you think about the critics of Mr. Musk? He said that OpenAI is not open.
I mean, I think OpenAI has done the most to push the benefits of AI into the world of anyone. We have open sourced a lot of things. I think we should probably open source somewhat more.
So there we have it. He said, "We'll happily buy Twitter if he wants to do that." Where Elon is definitely not going to do that. There's also him talking about China. And China has actually been quite a lot in the news recently when it comes to this OpenAI and AI negotiations. This also happened. We don't have any links on this, but Apple was in talks with China and Alibaba to integrate Apple with Alibaba. Very interesting play from Apple there as well. Now, what happened after Sam said, yeah, we're not gonna do that, and I'll buy Twitter if you want? He said, "Scam Altman." 33 million views here on X And from the Congress hearing that was a little bit back, take a look.
Okay. You make a lot of money, do you?
No. I'm paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You need a lawyer.
I need a what?
You need a lawyer or an agent.
I'm doing this because I love it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Kemp.
So obviously, Musk was co-founded OpenAI with Sam Altman in 2015 as a non-profit, but left the company before it took off. So he founded the competing AI startup xAI. And this feud has been going on for quite a long time now, Elon versus Sam. Elon being a little bit slighted now because of this profit-non-profit struggle, where Sam basically, and what it means for all of us, is that non-profit helps the humanity while profit helps the investors. So that's obviously not really a great thing. I don't really like what is happening here in general. Is it going to make AI safer as well? We're going to dive a little bit more into that. But this one I really liked here. And he's talking a little bit about this Elon feud.
Sam, of course, the headlines right now, Elon Musk making a bid
Apparently.
for OpenAI. Your response, you're turning him down for 97 billion.
I mean, look, OpenAI is not for sale. The OpenAI mission is not for sale. Elon tries all sorts of things for a long time. This is this week's episode.
You take it seriously at all? What do you think he's trying to drive at with this?
I think he's probably just trying to slow us down. He obviously is a competitor. He's working hard and has raised a lot of money for xAI, and they're trying to compete with us from a technological perspective, from getting the product into the market. And I wish he would just compete by building a better product, but I think there's been a lot of tactics, many lawsuits, all sorts of other crazy stuff. Now this, and we'll try to just put our head down and keep working.
Does it make it more difficult to move from that non-profit model to that for-profit model for OpenAI?
We're not moving to a for-profit model. We're not sure we're going to do it all, but no matter what, the nonprofit will continue to be extremely important. It will drive the mission. It will continue to exist. The board is looking at lots of options about how to best structure for this next phase, but the nonprofit is not changing into anything or going anywhere.
Okay.
So there you have it. The nonprofit is not going anywhere. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen continuing with this. Obviously, it feels a little bit like, hey, something big happened and then there is really nothing resolved from it. I don't know if you have any thoughts on what's going on, Mike.
Yeah, so I've been following this little drama between these two guys, and I can definitely see the reasons why Elon does what he does. He co-founded OpenAI with a mission of this being a non-profit company that kind of benefits all humanity, right, with developments in AI and stuff. And he wants OpenAI to stay that way, and I can completely see why. And with what Sam Altman is doing, he's trying to obviously convert to for profit. He turned away from OpenAI being open source and kind of have this technology all to himself. I can definitely see the reason why. It was a little bit funny as well to see the drama unfold on Twitter, because obviously I follow both guys. I kind of observe what's going on, and the tweets from Sam Altman that was like, oh, we can buy Twitter for 9 billion, and Elon was like, swindler in the comments as well to that tweet.
Yeah,
it's so funny
saw
to
that
watch.
one. Yeah, there is like a comment here from Elon, swindler. He's just so good at that, right? Just triggering people, making feuds, like $1 billion kind of lowball offer just to get attention. And yeah, he's really, really good at that. And he's probably convincing some people as well.
Yeah, and also if he wanted to buy OpenAI, he would have to maybe triple that number, maybe, if there was somewhere in some kind of universe, the option that some might be thinking about selling that, or the board might be thinking about selling OpenAI. He would have to triple that number at least, probably.
Yeah, seeing how they're direct competitors, and then with the Stargate project. Like, there is no way that it's going to happen. And yeah, it's just Elon being Elon. So yeah, that was what happened here. Meet the new Sonar from Perplexity, a blazing fast model optimized for Perplexity search. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. What makes it different? Is it better, faster, cheaper? And what do other people say about it? So they released this article here that said, starting today, all Perplexity Pro users will be able to try the latest version of Sonar, Perplexity's in-house model that is optimized for answer quality and user experience. So an in-house model here comparative to what they had before, which is obviously using OpenAI or Claude or other models that they have inbuilt. This one is built on top of Llama 3.370B. Sonar has been further trained to enhance answer factuality and readability for Perplexity's default search mode. It also says that it outperforms models in its class like GPT-4o Mini and Claude 3.5 Haiku. And the biggest upgrade, I would say, is that it's blazing fast at 1,200 tokens per second. That's almost instant answers. So they actually did a A/B split test where they didn't test it on like the math questions or science questions or all these other questions. They actually tested it on user satisfaction. And you can see that a little bit in the model output here, where Sonar gives this bullet point list, whereas GPT-4 gives just 2 paragraphs. And yeah, we'll take a look at this a little bit later. But when they actually did this users prefer Sonar, our evaluation showed that Sonar surpasses both GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 Haiku by a substantial margin. So here is the Sonar. You can see here at the 90% user satisfaction, Claude 3.5 at about 82%, GPT-4o Mini at around 55%, and the last Haiku here all the way down. Now, the big thing is Sonar's instant answers. So we have also seen another model come out this week, which is from Mistral, that's called LeChat. And LeChat was actually 1.1 thousand tokens per second. So they just like bumped it up another 100 to make it even faster. So comparatively to Gemini 2.0 Flash, which we talked about last time, that has an extremely cheap API cost. So here you see 1.2 thousand tokens a second, 140 from Gemini Flash, and Claude Sonnet obviously going in at the tension is building, 75 tokens per second. And many people love Claude 3.5 Sonnet, including me, for writing and casual talking to it. It really has a nice personality, is how I describe it. And but you can see Sonar just absolutely crushing everything on speed. They don't have Mistral LeChat in here. But anyways, now what about the quality, right? So they optimize Sonar across 2 critical dimensions that strongly correlate with user satisfaction: answer faculty and readability. So this, faculty, like it's some sort of university. Answer factuality, meaning how well the model can answer questions using facts that are grounded in search results, and its ability to resolve conflicting or missing information. This is a huge problem. You might see ChatGPT do a little bit of hallucination, giving articles that are actually hallucinated themselves, and then literally saying, hey, take a look at this article, and then it's a fake article, and under it, they have a summary of the fake article that they just produced. Very important to have in case you're doing some research like we do for the podcast. Either way, readability also measures the model's ability to provide a concise and detailed answer with the appropriate use of markdown formatting for organizing text. So that's one of the things that you see here with the markdown of the text itself, where some people like to have it all just one big text block to read. Some people like the bullet points, and that's something you have a big differentiation between the different models, and a big reason why some people choose models over others. So when they tested it on the IF-eval and the MMLU, which are two very popular tests for LLMs, they found it here. If we take a quick look, let's do the MMLU zero shot. They had the 87, where 4.0 did 88.9, Gemini Flash 85. So it seems very comparatively to these other models. A little bit better in some areas over other models. But yeah, it seems like they actually managed to get it at a very decent quality as well on the evals. So how Sonar answers questions. Did you find anything about the price? Okay, this is really interesting. So there's also reasoning included in this one, which when we saw with LeChat last week, they didn't have any reasoning, which is also pretty interesting. It does seem quite expensive a little bit, though. Could you try to find out that the price of the Gemini Flash API? I think that was like 0.15 or something like that, just really cheap. It does seem like this legacy model here, the Sonar Small, which doesn't seem to be one of the newest, there will actually go away and no longer be available in February 22. So that's about in a week. And these ones here have a $1 cost per million tokens. And quite expensive on the Sonar Pro, quite expensive. But I mean, maybe it's going to be pretty good. I don't know, in comparison to the other model. Did you find anything about the Flash?
Oh, so confusing, their website. They have all different models, and they confuse it even more with like when you go to AI for developers in Google. Okay, I found it. So input 10 cents per million tokens, and that's text, image, and video, and 70 pence for audio, and output is 40 pence per million tokens.
Wow!
So it's a fraction of what you have to pay for Sonar.
Absolutely. So the price here does seem comparative to an 04 model. I think 4.0 is a little bit more expensive when it comes to API cost. And the Flash Gemini API Flash is the cheapest by far for developers that you can go and start using. This one is focused on search though. So I'll just keep going with some of what people have been saying about it. Right after we talk about a couple of the answers. So you can see here, I've talked a little bit about this already. It actually marks it down, so it's a little bit better to read. Here you can see as well some bolded starts here on the Claude 3.5 Haiku. You can see also more bullet points. Personally, I'm very much a bullet point type of person. I really like to get things summarized in a really nice way, and it really seems like it's answering in a really nice, user-friendly way. Now, how you're going to actually use this is that you need to have the Pro version. Then when you click on the AI model, you can click on default, and then you can change to the Sonar advanced model trained by Perplexity to be able to use it. I don't have a paid plan, so I haven't been able to use it yet. However, there is also good news for free users. So Perplexity now offers file and image uploads with an expanded context window of 1 million tokens. So that means you can put a bunch of information into it. There is no like, oh, this is too much information for me, I cannot give an answer. It's going to give answers on pretty much anything that you anything you might want. I think 1 million tokens is somewhere around like 800,000 words. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who uses 800,000 words, but hey, there you go. Image as well. Image is really cool. I use image in my LLMs a lot. So you can see Sonar is the most affordable search API product on the market. So as we're talking about the Flash model from Gemini that is extremely cheap, it is not a search. So this can be used in a better way. And I'm actually not even sure if ChatGPT has a search API. So that would be pretty interesting. Could you check that up as well, Mike? Because I think it's like O3 Mini, and then there's like 4.0, and yeah, I don't even know if you can search on many of these things. Now, you might be wondering, how do they make it so fast? So it seems like Perplexity Pro is now powered by Cerebras. So this is the Cerebras inference that delivers an unprecedented 1,200 tokens per second, 10 times faster than compared to models. So this is a company that a couple of people have been trying to use for their model output, and they're actually one of the best. So you can see here, yeah, this is all information that we have already talked about. And a couple of other teases first. Yeah, you did a little bit of research on Cerebras. Do you know a little bit more about what they do?
Yeah, so it's basically a hardware that they provide if someone wants to run an AI model. So say Perplexity, for example. So it's basically that's the reason why the kind of model that they run on Cerebras are fast. And yeah, so it's basically like a hardware company behind this.
That's really cool. So it seems like a couple of people are heading to Cerebras to get their or to run their models through their hardware. And yeah, the last thing was ChatGPT search. Any API? It's probably really hard to find.
It is really hard to find, and trying to juggle two things at the same time at the moment.
I'm guessing no. So maybe
I'm guessing no as well.
Like the first actual search API that you can kind of get reliable answers. So that is actually a huge deal for many people that need to do the search process in the beginning of some of their prompt chains or workflows. So that's actually really cool. But what are people actually saying about it? Is it better? Is it nicer? And things like that. This guy asked, has anyone used Perplexity Sonar? What's your feedback? This guy on X said, it's about 60 to 80% of the value you would get from Perplexity online. Good enough for me to use through OVI and cancel my subscription. So yeah, it seems like he's using it through another UI here. Here, this other one guy said, used Sonar Pro. It's decent, gets the work done to complement with up-to-date information and accurate information. And I saw some other people saying on X that it's great. Sonar provides well-structured and incredibly fast responses when used for online searches compared to other models. However, when it comes to writing mode, I found Claude 3.5 or 4 to be significantly better. So that seems like the best use case now, and I think about them like that they're separate as well. I would use Perplexity to do most of the fact finding and checking and finding links and stuff like that. And I would pull that into another model to start writing and maybe doing even more things inside. I haven't tested Perplexity search versus ChatGPT search. We have used ChatGPT search quite a lot recently. And yeah, ChatGPT search as well is quite good, except it doesn't really do exactly what I wanted to. You know, it's bringing a couple of articles that I don't want to do. It's also not able to search how I want it, or I did quite a hard search yesterday. But yeah, I love that they have this Perplexity search API, and I love that they are making it a lot faster, almost instant answers. So really great job here from Perplexity. And if you have a pro plan, go in and test the new Sonar model.
Yeah, and there was also a tweet from Perplexity CEO kind of hinting about the voice mode that they gave this one.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great that you mentioned that. Voice mode on Perplexity is going to be fire. With all the new latency improvements, it will be the only product that can give answers in voice in real time with real-time information reliably and for free. I don't know if this guy is joking because the voice mode on Perplexity is a paid. That's something you gotta pay for. So yeah, they're definitely not. Maybe they will in the future have it for free. I would really want that.
Guess I'll have to wait and see.
So Goku, a new video model from China that is open sourced for you to use, is now available, and it's challenging OpenAI and some major companies. Now we're going to take a look at some videos. We're going to compare it a bit with Sora and Kling, and we'll share how you can install it and use it. And at the end, we're going to talk a little bit about deepfakes and how Scarlett Johansson is calling for an AI ban. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's dive in. So you can see here Goku flow-based video generative foundation models. So this is again by ByteDance. This is the company that is behind TikTok. They released OmniHuman last week, which was incredible. From just one image and a little bit of audio, you can regenerate a bunch of really, really interesting content. Now, let's take a look at the examples themselves and have a little bit of a critical eye here. So this is obviously a very popular prompt. The stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street. This was generated by Sora before. I'm not so impressed. It's okay, but not great. Here we also have a mammoth output. One of the things that they do pretty well, and I think they're actually flexing their skills here, is to have the leg cross over the other leg and not morph into each other. This is something that I read in the technical paper as well, that they do this joint step where they actually place a joint on all the animals and humans kind of movement to make sure that that doesn't happen. Here as well, we have more of a origami style fish sculpture of sorts. Here we have more of an animation character that is dancing around in a very... seems like from my nightmares. Here we have another kangaroo jumping up and down. You see a lot of foot warping and movement here. And this bird is probably the first one that I'm going, okay, this might be real, and is plenty enough to be able to fool me into seeing that it's real. This one as well, very real with the flowers in the wind. This other one as well, I really liked. It almost looked like the guy from Her that is just talking with an AI and just listening to what he's saying. Very, very clear and detailed. Some other ones here that are very detailed as well. You can take a look as we're going down here. Now, yeah, they obviously have to have the spaghetti one as well, or kind of noodles. This is really high quality in the terms of, well, there is some more noodles like re-entering his chopsticks. But other than that, very, very good quality on many of these videos. And the coolest part is that, again, it's open source. And I'll show you a little bit how you can actually download it and run it yourself in a minute. I don't know why they didn't show the best results at the top. Like, why did they have to do these really bad ones? And then at the end, it's like, whoa, this is actually insane. You could have done this robot one at the top. Yeah, this is really, really beautiful. This one here as well almost looks like my AI uncle or something like that. My American uncle. So there are two different models here that we are talking about. I'll show you here. We have the Goku, And they have actually focused one of their arms heavily on advertising videos. So if we scroll a little bit more down, you can see here you have some more landscape demos, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the technical paper as well to show you what they actually put in here. I'm still surprised why they put the bad ones at the top. Like, these look so good. Look at the cyclist cycling up this mountain ridge. Obviously, there's a bit of morphing of the bike here, but these landscape futuristic shots are really beautiful. Now, let me talk a little bit about the Plus that they have developed as well. So Goku Plus Video Ads Foundation Model. So Goku Plus is a new family of video foundation models built on top of Goku, specifically designed to optimize advertising scenarios involving humans and products to maximize performance. Our latest research breakthroughs show how you can create advertising videos at 100 times lower cost. This goes to positive and negative. I don't know what your thoughts are on this as a whole, but as you can see, they have these human-looking characters that almost look 100% real. They're talking to the camera, able to deliver an advertising message. And it says here that Goku Plus transforms text into hyper-realistic human videos, significantly outperforming existing methods. And to me, that seems pretty true. One of the main issues we see with these models are lip movements. So you do see a little bit of that here. There is a bit of blur going. When you look at this guy here, the lip movements are actually incredibly clear, and you don't really see that much of these AI morphing things or instabilities that we have in other generations. In particular, it can generate videos longer than 20 seconds, featuring stable hand movement and highly expressive facial and body movements of human subjects. Here as well, they have turned product image to video clip. This is something that other models can do as well. But now, obviously, these look absolutely incredible. I find it actually quite hard to see anything wrong with any of these videos here. Here as well, we have a product and human interaction. This is a very hard step for most AI video generators that we have tested. And you can see here that it's doing it with flying colors, but on top of that, it's also just the trailer syndrome. We know that these are highly picked. If they had like 100 of them, they just picked the best ones. But here you can see this one is a bracelet, and she's wearing the bracelet on her wrist. This is a jacket, and she's wearing that jacket, walking with it. Here we have a clear bottle of some lotion or something like that, soap maybe. Here we have some Uggs on the feet. And yeah, I can see people using this in advertising a lot. Here we have also just like standalone bottles on the table to put into videos. And we have also optimized advertising scenarios. Now, since I've been in YouTube for quite a while, I know that many companies are trying to do advertising with AI. It just is a whole step for them to find the guys. Say, for example, they want me to do a brand integration with this bottle, or let's say it's an energy drink or something like that. They would have to send the energy drink to me. They would have to get me to actually film the video itself. And I would have to hold it, and I would actually have to say things. And when it comes to advertising, when I ran it before, we did 12 different advertisements where all we did was to change the intro of the advertising itself. And that had a massive impact on the entire ad campaign. So here as well, they're talking about optimizing advertising scenarios. And man, it's getting a bit scary. I'll tell you why it's a little bit scary in a minute. So here you can see Goku Plus specializes in creating customized high-definition videos from text to optimize advertising scenarios, significantly outperforming competing video foundation models. And yeah, I kind of have to agree on that. Mike, what do you think about these videos in comparison to like Runway or Kling?
Well, since obviously it's been a while since Kling and Runway got released, I had a chance to use it a little bit and see all the examples. And like from what I'm looking at right now, that's pretty scary. That's all I can say. Like all I'm thinking about is, when you said about the example of just having a product ad, it's that will like open up completely different like level to the UGC ads and ad creation. When you can have AI just doing that ad 100 times cheaper, right? Something like that. Then yeah, it's gonna be pretty insane.
Yep.
But obviously the question remains, how accurate is it? Those are the examples that we see on the website.
Yeah, definitely. There are some good examples, there are some bad examples. And one of the coolest parts about this is that they have open sourced this on both GitHub and the Movie Gen bench on Hugging Face. Now, I am not an expert on how to download these and run these myself on my computer. However, I did check out how to do it with ChatGPT, my my help when it comes to anything coding related. And it said that you can basically just copy the GitHub repo, and inside of the README, it explains how to actually start using it. The same goes for Hugging Face, where you can, instead of running it on your computer, you can run it in the cloud by using your own data set. So you can see here that 17,000 people have downloaded this exact thing. And don't quote me on this, but I believe that if you click on the use this data set and you can copy or clone the repository here inside of Hugging Face, you can actually start using it once you connect it with like a virtual computer that makes that Hugging Face makes really easy to do. We can also see more examples here on the website itself. And this is something I actually would really love to test. Like we're talking about how to do AI video in the future and creating content with AI video, and seeing that this is open sourced in comparison to Kling and OpenAI, Sora, and a bunch of other things. It would be insane if we could get this to run a lot cheaper and have it be part of our core automation step. And there might be ways to do that in the future, hopefully. Now, I'm going to quickly go over a little bit of Kling generations. So this is my favorite video generator. You can see here that this is how it looks like, a lion and a princess of sorts interacting. Here we have a penguin and a girl interacting with each other. Really beautiful stuff. Here as well, a crazy looking elephant with this girl here as well. So I really like the generations from Runway or from from Kling. While the generation from Sora, I'm still a little bit unsure about. These are all handcrafted to be on the homepage. And when I have tested it, it is very hard to get a consistent style and consistent color and consistent movement that you actually want to happen. You can see with this wave here, for example, it just doesn't really look real at all. It kind of does that for many generations that we have tried. And yeah, to see that ByteDance, again, the company from TikTok, is releasing another model to the world for us to try, is just absolutely beautiful. However, there is a big however here. Scarlett Johansson calls for deepfake ban after AI video goes viral. And I want you to take a look at this and have your own opinion about this. So this guy on Instagram made this video where she has a t-shirt with obviously the middle finger and a Jewish star. Pretty scary stuff so far. Let's keep going with it. And this is where we're entering into the territory of, oh no, this actually worked. And when I checked out this article, I saw that there were so many other people reporting on it and spreading the message. And this is obviously an extremely hateful message. And this is one of the biggest instances that I've seen just straight up hate using multiple people's faces to just spread hate. And then to see how hate just spreads faster than a wildfire versus love. Like, I don't think that AI videos and stuff like that is going to be used so much to spreading love as much as we're seeing now it being used to spread hate. This is something that I'm deeply passionate about. I would not want my face out there. No, now somebody's going to do it, right? I even have a white t-shirt on. I made it easy. But yeah, it's deeply disturbing and completely wrong. And to see that Instagram allows this at all is just absolutely ugh. What do you think about this? It's like the positive side of, yeah, we get better models, but also it's so much easier to make all these things.
Yeah, it's easier just for anyone to use one of those tools, type in a prompt and, maybe swap face if needed, right? So it's very easy to just create deepfake video like this that, can go viral and can potentially have very serious consequences in the end, right? Maybe not like with actors and stuff, but with politicians as well. Maybe if someone were to create video like this that's super realistic, and and that's kind of one of the aspects that we can't really escape. When we have all those super fancy models that are open source, anyone can use it. We are gonna get those kind of videos out there, right? And one of the things that I think could be a good solution to it won't obviously eliminate this completely, but when we talked about the AI album on Spotify a couple of weeks ago, was it a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that? I said, okay, that's cool. You can have AI music and all, but it would be even cooler if we had like an AI label just to state that, oh, this is AI generated. Right. If there was some kind of way that social media could have some kind of detector, maybe where it would detect if it's AI generated, and if it had like a AI, what's it called, the maybe logo somewhere on the video. What was it when you post a video? It like just slams it on there. That could be a solution.
I do see that it's actually Instagram has implemented this here. This content was digitally created or altered.
But it would be even better if we had that on actual video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something little in the corner.
Yeah, it is someone quite big, but
someone can just download the video and share it again, and it might not get that tag.
Yeah, that's The point that you're saying here is like this should be the responsibility of the platforms. It really should, and there should be a this is right, this is wrong type of thing. And of course, for the platforms themselves, it's kind of hard to know what is ethically right or ethically wrong, in the sense of, like, just say politics, for example. Like, if somebody on this side says a loud opinion that many people believe in that is wrong, and this other people say that something is wrong, is quite a hard thing. But here, it should be specifically you're using somebody else's face, like Jack Black. There should be some facial detection, like, oh yeah, this one has this character and this character and this character and this character, and it's AI generated. Delete it, or have like a very robust system of actually being able to detect. Hey, Sam is there as well. We got Mila Kunis. We got them all. He literally, like, what are the top people in the world? Maybe, yeah, like, I'm almost trying to make a joke, like we should make a video like this to promote our company, but it's just like, to me, it's just so ethically wrong. Yeah. That with all that being said, there is I hate when I say like, hey, it's super wrong, but also you can download this model, you can run it yourself. I don't know if they have any restrictions on faces. OpenAI does have restrictions on faces and Sora and stuff like that. Something to really keep in mind. And my question to you, or my ask from the audience, is use these tools for ethical and to spread love, and not use it for this absolute garbage of spreading hate. Yeah. Imagine you and me with faces that are just like, fuck Donald Trump, or fuck this guy, or
Yeah, man.
even with the voices
obviously,
as well.
Obviously, no one knows who I am, but for you, that'd be big.
Yeah, but even though nobody knows who you are, like imagine just somebody makes an entire Instagram account, spreads your face all around, and it can do anything. It can jump on cars, it can explode buildings, like scary stuff.
That would be pretty cool, actually. Someone can do that.
Maybe we should do that.
Go ahead, go ahead. I don't mind that, but I get percentage.
That should also be a part. Like, can the people license their likeness, and actually, if they get views, they can actually get a percentage? I think that would be pretty cool as well.
Yeah. But obviously, don't do like any OnlyFans and shit.
I mean, if you get a percentage, if you get a percent, nobody got hurt in this.
20% is 20%, right?
All right, let's move on. AI ads were all over the 2025 Super Bowl. So we're going to show them all to you and see how these AI companies market themselves, and take a look at how these companies are spending their $8 million for 30 seconds. Let's get into it. And yeah, I was asking like, how much does an actual Super Bowl ad cost? And this is from Google here. 7 to 8 million for 30 seconds of viewer attention. Now, I'm not really a Super Bowl kind of guy. It's more of an American thing. But I do know that it's like a thing for people to go together. And then the guys love to watch the game, while the girls, they're just waiting for the Super Bowl ad. And they're just like, oh, I love the ads. So let's see if there are actually some good ones here. We have a couple of them from OpenAI, Google, and a bunch of other ones. So yeah, this is going to be a sit back and relax and take a look at these ads.
What do you want to create next?
So that was the ChatGPT ad. And basically what it's doing is going through time, showing new innovations that are happening. Like here we have the throwing of the first spear. Here we have the wheel getting invented, horses. Then we obviously get to crops, we get to trains, we get to the light bulb, and OpenAI being the new invention of this time. Now, Mike, I think it's a pretty decent commercial, but you were a little bit skeptical on it. What do you have on thoughts here?
It's a pretty decent ad, I would say, from creative perspective, showing how the humanity progressed over time. But from the product perspective, well, I'm not an expert. Let me make that clear. I'm not an art or marketer expert. But if I wanted to show a product to, let's say, someone who maybe heard about ChatGPT but never used it, or never heard of ChatGPT or AI, or what is it for? Like, if I were to see this ad, I would still be confused. It didn't present the product at all. Like, what it can do, how it can help people, what you can achieve with it, right? You just say,
Yeah.
oh, what do you want to create next? But how and with what, you know?
Yeah, seeing that ChatGPT has so many cool features like image generation and voice chat and data analysis.
Maybe not the image. I wouldn't show that one.
Yeah, but you
It's
mean like
obviously
all the
DALL-E.
use cases of it, you would like for them to show that more. Show the use cases, show the processes and how they can actually achieve it. And it's actually a really great point. And maybe we're going to get some other ads from Google that is going to show that a little bit better. I know that when AI, like Apple launched Apple Intelligence, they did many of the same things where it's like, guy in the office and he's like this obviously super lazy guy, but then he's like, write me an email or something like that, and then he goes into the office and just like crushes the presentation. I think that's a pretty decent ad. Let's take a look at Google Pixel SB commercial 2025.
So at my last job, I was working across several different groups. You know what? Let me practice that one again.
Okay, when you're ready, tell me about the job that taught you the most.
Okay. Well, it was a role where I learned to take constructive criticism.
I think no, it doesn't like it.
Okay. I got pretty used to, working long hours with a small team. I got very comfortable multitasking, and I had to become really organized.
Not bad, but try rephrasing your answer to sound more confident.
Right. Okay.
Very good. Yeah, he's just like roasting him a little bit beforehand. It's like, hey, don't be that sad, bro. It's fine. Yeah, let's keep going.
I was asked to make a lot of quick decisions and do a lot of negotiating. One more book.
Talk about your experiences working with others.
Oh, well, I'm at my best when I'm collaborating. If it's for the team, I'll do whatever it takes.
This job description you shared mentions on-the-job training.
Well, I am a fast learner. I don't always have all the answers, but I get the job done, no matter how long it takes. And I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. But most importantly, I show up every day, no matter what.
All right, last question. When it comes to work, what motivates?
Very good. So he's just keep asking about this job and want to get hired, and he's actually putting in PDFs of an actual job description and then actually practicing that before the interview process, which is obviously an extremely good process to go through if you are going on any job interview. And yeah, let's see how it wraps up. He gets the job. I can almost guarantee he gets the job.
I guess knowing that people can depend on me. And knowing I can depend on them too.
Man, a lot of really great visuals in this.
That's a great answer. Sounds like you're ready.
Hey James, thanks for joining us.
It's good to see you all. Been looking forward to it.
Hey, he didn't get the job. He just started the job interview. Wow, that was good.
That was much better than ChatGPT's, even though it's 2 minutes long. Like, I would much prefer to watch this. And like, this actually shows the real life use case. Like, if someone just practicing for an interview and asking different questions and stuff. Besides, if the hiring manager asks, so what role did you actually work in? Like, he's screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, like the whole process, I love this ad. That's all I can say.
Yeah, this was a fantastic ad showing an amazing use case. So much emotion filled into it. So much like family man doing all these things with the kids. I bet a lot of people can relate. And yeah, even the TikTok dances, that really got me. This visual here of being there for somebody else, where he hugs the wife and the kid at the same time, or yeah, the wife and the kid at the same time. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really good job from Google here. Now, what about Meta? So they obviously have the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, and yeah, they have an ad as well featuring two of your favorite celebrities, Mike. And this is a 30-second ad, so they just spent, a little 7-8 million on this.
Hey Meta, what is this artwork?
Comedian by Mauricio Kaplan worth $6.2 million.
What? Whoa. That's a $6.2 million banana. Are you kidding? We need to find you another banana. Bananas.
Gentlemen?
What advice you have?
Who eats art?
Think you're supposed to say, hey Meta. Like, hey Meta, who eats art? And then Meta would say, Chris Pratt.
Hey Meta, call my lawyer.
Okay, they went with like the funny angle here. Meta glasses. Hey Meta, do this thing for me. Hey Meta, what am I looking at? Eating the banana. It's fine. It's okay. Thoughts?
I think so. Yeah. It's cool. I wasn't as emotional as Google's one, but yeah. I feel like we're just sitting here watching ads and just judging every single one, like we're some sort of experts in advertising.
And little known fact, we are AI advertising.
We actually are.
Yeah,
AI made advertising. That's what this is about.
This Meta glasses, and obviously I don't own Meta glasses, and I don't really know many people that are praising the Meta glasses. Some people really do love them for taking photos, videos, and also asking them those LLM questions like, hey, what am I looking at? Or things like that when you're going through a city or traveling. Yeah, it's a decent ad, but what about Salesforce? So there's a common meme around the AI space, which is you ask ChatGPT, hey, what does Salesforce do? And then it's just like thinking for 69 hours before it's just like, I don't know. So maybe we can get some answers what Salesforce is actually doing here with another one of your favorite actors, Mike. So this one is going to be amazing.
I didn't use Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, so an AI agent didn't see the fastest route to my gate.
That was quick. I don't know if you could hear that, but I think I need to rewind that one. Let's take a look once more.
I didn't use Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, so an AI agent didn't see the fastest route to my gate. Which has changed.
I'll tell the pilot to hold the plane.
They got an app for that, dude. Agent Force helps Heathrow create a first-class experience. Agent.
Still, what is it? And also, how did they waste the first 10 seconds with completely unhearable audio? Did you really get anything that they said here?
Trying get to my gate, but again, if I were to hear about Salesforce for the first time, I would still be like, what? Is it meant to get you quicker through the security on airports and stuff like that, or what is it for?
Yeah, did it tell me just that the gate changed? Is that the entire ad? Helps Heathrow create a first-class experience. Okay, thanks to everybody else in the world that doesn't even know what Heathrow Airport is. And also, can we run this 10 seconds back again and just actually hear what he's saying? Because, yeah, they spent a lot of money on this, and there is no way that people actually heard what he said. One more time, the first 10 seconds. Michael McConaughey, let's go.
I didn't use Agent Force, the powerful AI from Salesforce, so an AI agent didn't see the fastest route to my gate.
I don't know. I didn't use AI agent for something AI agent sent me to the...
That's literally what I hear.
I didn't use it. So I
Yeah.
used another AI to do it for me. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how this got through. I'm not an advertising man, but I'm a YouTube man, and the intro is the most important part, and especially that people understand and hear what you say. So thank you, Salesforce, for not telling us at all what you do again. Keep the meme going, guys. All right, here we got Super Bowl ad from GoDaddy. People know GoDaddy for their web hosting and domain buying. So they also have their own AI. Let's take a look at what they are doing.
Actors, we have the power to convince the world we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not.
I can make you believe I'm a detective without ever stepping foot in an actual crime scene.
These symbols probably symbolize something.
Nemmeno sono guidati con un cambio manuale.
Astronaut? Nope. Houston, I'm observing some debris coming from Uranus. On my hardest role yet? A small business owner. Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
But GoDaddy Arrow does, using AI to build a logo, website, and social content.
So I can start Walton Goggins goggle glasses.
Because if your goggles ain't Goggins,
They don't belong in noggins.
with GoDaddy Arrow, it's like you know what you're doing.
That's also what I would end my ad with. Fantastic.
That was a perfect ending, though.
Yeah, the David Goggins on my noggins. I don't hate this ad. There is obviously a little bit of like, hey, let's get invested into this character. Let's see what he's actually doing. And then you find out he's like a detective, astronaut. But what he's actually doing is, small business owner. And many small business owners can relate to that. They know how hard it is to start something from scratch. And seeing this shed in the background with a bunch of these e-commerce boxes as well. Really cool to see. And obviously just saying what the product does. Hey, this AI logo generator, AI website generator, boom. You know what it is. You know where to go. And pretty cool ad. And we have 2 left, actually. There's one of this. And then I do have a Nike ad. But let's take a look at this one. This one's from Circle, a water bottle brand. Let's take a look at this with another of Mike's just favorite actors. All your favorite actors are here. That's sick.
I'm lucky.
Let's take a look.
Hey, babe. You got Circle, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not drinking enough water, but you got Circle.
Huh? Order Circle water bottle.
Circle needs several water bottles.
No.
Circle helps you drink more water.
Yeah, I know. The one with 100,000 flavors. Loser.
You got Circle. 100,000 orders confirmed.
Honey.
You got Circle.
America, Circle just delivered Adam's orders. One could be yours. Seriously, check your front door.
Did I send one to you?
That might be the best one yet. I really like that one. They're just talking about getting water, but then water is not good enough. This is another alternative to water. Have you heard about this one, by the way? It's like you can put a flavor pod on top and you smell the strawberry smell. And because of that, you drink it and then it tastes like strawberry.
Yeah, I've heard of it before. And yeah, it's not about that, actually. You get shown all those people who really want the product, and everyone's just trying to get it. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I really like with this, like just from advertising copy alone, is like it's showing up on your door. Listen to this.
Check your front door.
Yes.
Check your front door. Here you have a bunch of orders, meaning that it's a lot of a very popular product. And check your front door is such a powerful hook to stick in your mind. We're just like, I think I can just order this right now, and then it's going to be at my door. And so that's a really good ending to this here. And they're actually trying to do good copywriting here, I feel like, in comparison to many of them, which is more like show off how beautiful the ad is or something like that. But I'm more like effective advertising. So yeah, I really like this one. So we had all of these, and I do have one more that I want to show you, which is the Nike ad that they did 3 days ago. 1 minute. Let's jump into it.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So, put yourself first. You can't be confident. So be confident. You can't challenge. So challenge. You can't dominate. So dominate. You can't flex. So flex. You can't fill a stadium. So fill that stadium. You can't be emotional. So be emotional. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be so ambitious. You can't break records. You can't have any fun. You can't make demands. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
Yeah, that was emotional, inspiring, motivational. I really like this one. You have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, again, not too bad. It's just kind of showing that, if someone tells you you can't do it, like, hell yeah, you can. Of course you can. So yeah, I love the message behind it.
Yeah, I really like it on the sense of like the negative self-doubt that everybody has in their head, like you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough. Or I said that twice. And then, yeah, you have that self-doubt, but that doesn't matter. Just do it anyways. And I guess that's just do it mentality.
Just do it,
reworded.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of female characters here as well, which I actually quite like. They didn't do some sort of sobby like, hey, include women in this, but actually show badass women doing their absolute best in their sport, which is a very amazing way of showing the brand. Nike doing it again. Just do it. Yeah, there we have everything from ChatGPT, Google. Google was a really good ad, I have to say, with the actual use case. And yeah, they do have a couple of more ads as well. Meta, fine. Salesforce. And yeah, those were the Super Bowl ads. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. And yeah, let's jump to the next. So France has unveiled a 109 billion euro AI investment, but UK and US refused to sign the International AI Declaration. We'll break it all down for you. Where does the $109 billion come from? What is Europe's plan? And why UK and US has refused the offer? So as you can see here, the French President Emmanuel Macron on Sunday announced plans for 109 billion euros of private AI investment. He described the multi-billion euro commitment as France's equivalent to Stargate, referring to US President Donald Trump's 500 billion AI investment projects. And we covered that before as well. Macron announced the mammoth investment sub ahead of France's AI Action Summit, where world leaders and tech bosses are gathering in Paris this week. So a lot of things happening. And as a European myself, very happy to see that investments are coming into Europe, but obviously quite sad. I don't know, it's almost expected at this point for UK and US not to want to come to an agreement here. But we're going to break it all down here, starting with JD Vance, that had a speech at the Paris AI Summit. And we'll take a little look here.
The kind introduction, and I want to start by thanking President Macron for hosting the event and, of course, for the lovely dinner last night. During the dinner, President Macron looked at me and asked if I would like to speak, and I said, Mr. President, I'm here for the good company and free wine, but I have to earn my keep today. And I, of course, want to thank Prime Minister Modi for being here, for co-hosting the summit, for all of you for participating, And I'm not here this morning to talk about AI safety, which was the title of the conference a couple of years ago. I'm here to talk about AI opportunity. When conferences like this convene to discuss a cutting-edge technology, oftentimes I think our response is to be too self-conscious, too risk-averse. But never have I encountered a breakthrough in tech that so clearly calls us to do precisely the opposite. Now, our administration, the Trump administration, believes that AI will have countless revolutionary applications in economic innovation, job creation, national security, healthcare, free expression, and beyond. And to restrict its development now will not only unfairly benefit incumbents in this space, it would mean paralyzing one of the most promising technologies we have seen in generations.
So right off the bat, you can see that the sentiment here, he's basically saying safety, fast, better. And I can understand where he's coming from a little bit, because Europe has been extremely safe when it comes to all its developments, which means that there isn't that much inspiration. There isn't really that much of a chase, quote unquote, the American dream. You can make it, we can do it. In Europe, it's very much like, let's make it safe first and then make it better, which obviously doesn't really fit hand in hand when you're creating a new innovative technology that is going to revolutionize the world in some sense. Let's watch a little bit more.
With that in mind, I'd like to make 4 main points today. Number
4 main points? Okay.
1. This administration will ensure that American AI technology continues to be the gold standard worldwide, and we are the partner of choice for others, foreign countries, and certainly businesses as they expand their own use of AI.
So there are a couple of points that he brought up here. You can see that it's essentially they want to be best, they want to be leaders and supremacy, and they're obviously trying to broker deals with other countries to bring the mission of OpenAI and the other tech companies like Google and stuff like that. You see here that number 2, we believe that excessive regulation of AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off. Number 3, we feel very strongly that AI must remain free from ideological bias and that American AI will not be co-opted into a tool for man, I can't say these words.
Authoritarian censorship.
Thank you, Mike. Number 4, the Trump administration will maintain a pro-worker growth part for AI. So obviously, this is very important. They're usually, when they're talking about AI developments, they're always leading with this will make more jobs, guys. We will have more jobs and people will not go out of jobs. And I mean, it's very important that they keep that, but is that a promise that they can keep as well? Now, another interesting part here was that we had, I didn't know this, but this guy, Narendra Modi, is Prime Minister of India. And India is a very fast and quick developing country that might have a lot to say on this AI space. Now, I'm going to just take a quick look here at what he said. These are the highlights from his speech.
AI is reshaping our polity, our economy, our security, and even our society. AI is writing the code for humanity in this century. Built a digital public infrastructure for over 1.4 billion people at a very low cost. We have made digital commerce democratic and accessible to all. This vision is the foundation of India's national AI mission.
So India is taking a stance here on AI, saying that it's extremely transformative. Mike, can you actually do a little bit of research on if there's any big developments in India when it comes to AI. Because as far as I know, I don't know if they have any LLM. I don't know any big AI companies in India. Maybe that's because I'm from the Western world, obviously. I know that there are many different like Indian YouTubers with millions and millions of subscribers that I have no idea what their name is even. So it might be some really innovative tech coming out from India. Now, let's talk a little bit about US and UK refuse to sign the Global AI Pact. So you can see here that China, India, and most other nations signed an AI declaration at the top summit in Paris last night. But the US refused to sign, and the UK follow its lead. Now, if you've been following along, obviously, UK went into the Brexit, going away from the European Union, maybe it's 5 years ago now, where they don't have the same e-commerce or commerce laws and regulations that they have before. So to see them actually not wanting to go with EU here is a little bit, it was expected in some sense. But after the reactions from Brexit, I was thinking maybe they're going to come back and try to do some things. But it seems like they don't want to be in it with the European Union for AI. Now, the document called on AI to be used for good of all of humanity by ensuring AI is open, inclusive, transparent, ethical, safe, secure, and trustworthy, taking into account international frameworks for all. It was signed by at least 60 countries, including the world's most popular 2 nations, plus France, Japan, Australia, and others. But the US, represented by J.D. Vance, refused to sign. And the UK copied its transatlantic friend as transatlantic, as it has done in numerous United Nations votes. A U.S. spokesman said that the declaration lacked clarity on global governance, and I'll give a better a better quote from what the UK actually said, and did not address the questions of national security. Participants said they were saddened by the decisions, but not surprised. So there's one more thing that we're going to take a look at here on the UK and US that have not signed. And this is from Andre Strait, former ethics and policy researcher at DeepMind. So take a listen to this.
This summit was an opportunity where we wanted to see kind of a world government leaders come together to plot a new trajectory for the future of AI. At the end of the day, fundamentally, AI is going to be determined by those who build it and crucially those who don't. And a large goal of the summit was to try to create alternatives through a new public interest foundation, through a sustainable AI coalition. They were trying to broaden out the access of who gets these technologies and how they will be used. Although I think we did see was a very different vision from the United States at the summit, one that was much more focused on national domination, on U.S. and Western allies having a primacy over AI, and much more of a security focus. But when he's absolutely right, one of the fundamental missing things from this summit was any focus on safety and governance. And if we think back to some of the lessons learned from earlier technologies, safety and governance is absolutely essential for this technology.
Why would that?
So that was the thoughts from an ethics and policy researcher. And it seemed to me while doing the research as well, like this topic isn't really talked about enough. We talked about in previous podcasts as well that none of these big companies or even countries have a long-term vision on how this will mean for regular everyday people. Like nobody said like, oh yeah, in the future we actually want it to look like this. Most of them are really just thinking about the grind set mentality of let's go first, let's be best, and let's go fast. Like the move fast and break things from Mark Zuckerberg that might be move fast and break the entire world. And it's that serious. If it's not aligned, it can really be just straight dive ahead. And if you optimize the AI for just power and dominance, it's obviously just going to do that. And that's extremely, extremely scary. So something that I care a lot about. Now, let's take a look at why the UK didn't go into this. And this is the statement. The declaration didn't provide enough practical clarity on global governance and didn't sufficiently address harder questions around national security. So that there wasn't enough of a mission, there wasn't enough of a step-by-step plan, maybe. Now, one more thing that I want to make sure to add into this is that UAE said that it would invest between 30 billion euros and 50 billion euros in the construction of a 1 gigawatt AI data center in France as a part of a campus focused on the technology's development. Yeah, was there anything on India?
There are a couple of projects like India AI. It's a kind of mission that has just over it's $1.25 billion in investments to build AI infrastructure and stuff. There are also a few AI models even from India, like I'm gonna butcher the names, Navarasa 2.0 or Dinu 1.0. So, nothing major, but something going on there.
Yeah, that's cool to even see that they have a couple of investments, their own data centers as well. I really believe in India to be one of the growing factors over the next coming years. China is on board, Japan is on board, UAE is on board. It seems like most of the players are on board except the US, UK, and it was almost expected.
Well, US was expected because obviously they tried to be the number one power in AI, have the monopoly on AI and chips specifically. But to me, the UK, that was a little bit of a surprise. I always thought they were more pro regulation and all that. But hey, there must be a lot of more reasons that we don't know about.
Yeah, it seems a little bit like the Brexit kind of put the separation between the European Union and the UK, which kind of aligns with that. But it doesn't seem like UK has much of a plan, or at least we haven't reported on much of the UK here. But then UK is completely out of the race. It seems like maybe they're going to sign an agreement with the US or something along those lines. We'll keep reporting on that to see how the UK ends up in this race. But I am extremely happy to see Europe actually entering the space. $1.9 billion, that's a lot of money. Hopefully we're not going to get down-regulated with all this. And hey, I'm with the safety, but EU has been so much safety focused over the last, just the entire AI race. There is no companies or very few that are coming out of Europe. Let's put on the innovation hat and I actually try to create some incredible technology in the EU as well. And that's it.
That's it. We're done.
Thank you so much for watching the AI Andy podcast. Every single week, breaking down the best AI news of the week. I'm going to ask you to subscribe and like the video. Comment down below as well if you watched all the way to the end. Yeah, come back and hang around with us next week as well.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next week.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Peace.